Since I'm walking back, I'm a little far from my house. I thought I'll make one last video and share with you. See the fun. Because I have to go out back, I thought I'll make a video. I thought I would answer this question some of you asked. Like in my previous video, I had posted, I never knew how to dress. I never knew how to dress. In fact, my first the first interviews I was to go for, this is not exaggeration, this is real. What I would wear for my interviews is I would wear a check shirt, checked, okay, check shirt. It was green and neon yellow. It was a Louis Philippe. Louis Philippe is a famous brand in India. I don't know if it's still there. So I'd wear a check shirt. I wore a red tie, bright red tie, okay? I wore navy blue trousers. I wore white socks because Michael Jackson wore white socks. So I thought white socks was cool. I wore dark brown or light brown shoes because I used to see sophisticated Italians wearing those. I'd wear cufflinks, the bright golden one cufflinks. It was fake gold, but it was bright and shiny. Yes, my earrings, because I was cool, okay. I'd gel my hair, I had long hair, I'd gel it at the back. Heavy gel, it used to be like rock hard, tuck, 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 I could hit it. It used to be so hard. And on top of that, I would have these glasses. I like to wear glasses. And I would wear, the brand I had, it was not an original brand, it was a duplicate brand, but it used to be bright silver. Bright, really bright. It was like as if light is coming out of it. Later on I had a Prada, like complete big one like this. It used to be the big one, Prada, 2000 dirham. I was stupid. So I was to wear this. And my CV used to be, my CV was my objectives to climb the top of the ladder of your esteemed organization and career snapshot. And experience, the wealth of experience, marketing executive, and achieve this target and achievements galore at the age of, in my 20s. Great achievements I had. Hobbies, I knew Microsoft Office, typing speed and all that. Bullshit. And nice photograph, amazing, dynamic, I wanted to, Loy Machedo, big name with my address, home address. And I think there was no telephone number, no cell phone. So Hotmail, I had my email, loytheboy@hotmail.com. I was cool. So that is how I used to dress. And I was to go for interviews. Guess what? 2 full years I went. I didn't get any job. 2 years. I didn't know I looked like a clown. I thought I looked cool. My mother and father were not there to guide me. They never said anything about my dress sense. They just said, go get a job. That's it. Okay, went out. I would read Tony Robbins. I would read Awaken the Giant from Within, Unlimited Power, Dale Carnegie, Napoleon Hill. If you can conceive it, you can achieve it. You can achieve billions and millions, and believe in yourself, and motivational thinking, and I would read these amazing books and fuel my fire. I was like, I'm going to achieve the world. I'm going to achieve success. Success is within my grasp. 2 years, read Tony Robbins. So bloody irritating. It drives at 10 steps an hour. It makes noise like it's a Harley. Irritating. Okay, anyway. So 2 years, finished reading Tony Robbins, finished reading Dale Carnegie, finished reading Napoleon Hill, finished reading all these great books. Success, Stephen Covey, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, Sharpen the Saw, this, that, everything I read. Nothing happened. Like, Russell Peters says, nothing. I was like, but when you're young, you don't ask yourself mature questions. And in my case, I was like, I just was try till you succeed. Don't give up. I never asked myself, what am I doing wrong? What I need to change? And I'll tell you where that breaking point took place. We don't change until we break, completely get destroyed. So those days in Sheikh Zayed Road, there was only there was not in Emirates Towers, was not there. Only Trade Center, World Trade Center was there. That was the tallest building. And there was an API tower. Those days, API tower. And there was no buildings at all. You could walk down Sheikh Zayed Road. There's hardly 1 or 2 buildings. That's it. World Trade Center was there. API tower was there. I remember that. Then ahead was a flyover and Toyota building. Okay. So there was this interview in API tower. And I remember this was for Brownie. This was for, he's biting my shoe. This was for 1 minute. Annie? He's biting my shoe. I don't want, not my shoe, sorry. He's biting my sandal. Annie? Oh, the life of me. When you have a dog. My dog was busy biting this one. This one, he was busy biting this. This is my sandal. It's cheap, but still, why should I get it destroyed? Okay, so what I was telling you was, so API Tower, there was this interview, and it was for British Petroleum. I remember that so well. And the reason why I remember British Petroleum was, the job was for a marketing assistant. Okay, marketing. I was like, wow, we like marketing better than sales. Sales is where you have to go in the sun. Marketing is where you have to sit in the office, and we like less pressure, right? So marketing assistant, the reason why that job was so attractive to me was the salary was 7,000. And those days, 7,000 was a big fucking salary. I was like, wow. Okay. So I wanted the job badly. I prepared well. I rehearsed. I mentally prepared all the answers. I was going to, what are your strong points? I'm going to be aggressive. I'll give it my all. There's that. What are your negative points? Oh, I don't have much experience. Sometimes I'm so aggressive that I forget everything. That bullshit, hidden strength as your weakness. Okay. This is me in my 20s, huh? Just imagine. So I went for the first interview. That lady was so impressed. Wow. I was like, shit, I'm doing it. I went for the second interview. Again, it was like, wow. They said, come again after a few days. It's the third interview. I was hitting it big time. And I went and gave the third interview. And they said, come down for the final interview, which is after 2-3 days. And understand this much, that I was coming all the way from Ajman. We were staying in Ajman those days. Driving down all the way, taxi. From Ajman to Sharjah, from Sharjah take another taxi, come to Dubai. Danata building, that used to be the point, these sharing cabs, Patan taxis used to drop us. And then from Danata, I would take another taxi and come all the way to Sheikh Zayed Road. Okay? The whole exercise would take me like 2.5 hours. Not because of traffic. Those days, traffic was hardly there. You could drive from Sharjah to Dubai in 7 to 15 minutes, even peak traffic. Okay? The road from Sharjah to Dubai was straight. Now it is winding. So, Patan taxis were there. 2 dirhams you could pay from Dubai to... 4 dirhams. From Ajman to Sharjah was 2 dirhams. From Sharjah to Dubai was 4 dirhams. From Dubai to... 4 dirhams. From Ajman to Sharjah was 2 dirhams. From Sharjah to Dubai was 4 dirhams. 4 dirhams sharing taxi. 4 people would sit, 1 in the front, 3 at the back. Or you could squeeze 1 more 5 and go. And I remember, that Patan smell in those taxis. They have that very pungent body odor. Oof. Indians is totally different. Pakistanis was totally different. Okay. And they would have these brightly colored taxis, with decorations and cloth, and you have to keep your nameplate. Later on it came with your registration. So, okay. They didn't have the meter. So I was completely ready for my final interview. I was so geared up. I was so ready for it. Okay. Final interview day came. I told myself I'm going to make an amazing impression. I went all the way up to the API tower. I knocked. I came on time. As you ring the bell, you have this button, and they open the door. I rang the button, the door opened. I walked in confidently, going to do it. And this slightly old gentleman, I think he was British or whatever, well educated, wearing a suit. You could make out he was senior, a little tall. He said, yes. He looked at me. So I said, I'm here for the interview. He said, what position? I said, marketing executive. Marketing assistant. So he looked at me. He's saying, hold on. And he went inside. Okay. He had his cup of coffee. He went inside and I was sitting outside waiting. I'm going to do it. And the receptionist lady came. She said, oh, hi, Loy. How are you? She was the same lady I saw 2-3 times. I said, yes, I'm here for the interview. She said, oh, Loy, unfortunately, they've already chosen the candidate. I said, no, I'm here for the final interview. I have the final interview. My smile just vanished. My confidence just evaporated. I was like, you called me for the final interview. So she's saying, Loy, that the gentleman you just met, he was the GM. He was the guy you were supposed to meet. Oh, okay. What happened? She said, he just decided you're not the one. And I'll tell you, it just hit me like, because 2 years going without a job, you can show you're hyper, you can show you're motivated, you can show everything. I was like, what happened? She just said, he just said no. I knew that she wanted to tell me why. She didn't tell me. I just kept quiet. I'll tell you, it just suddenly, it became like silence, I couldn't hear a thing. I couldn't hear a word. I remember coming down the lift. The next thing I remember was walking. I normally would take a taxi because it's very hot. From somewhere I would take a taxi. But this time I walked from API Tower, not the other side. I walked from the same side. I kept walking all the way to World Trade Center roundabout. I was walking like a zombie. I just kept walking. It didn't register that this had happened. And then after that, I took a cab and I went all the way to Al Ghurair Center. Remember Al Ghurair Center, Dera. I don't know why I went there, but maybe it was for taking a cab to go back home because, from Dera you get sharing. So I went to Dera, I got down. I remember this person was there. His name is Chandrasekhar Gowda. Okay, Chandrasekhar Gowda. He was a business partner of my parents. That's another story in itself. It didn't work out. So I don't know why, but I decided to go to his house. Okay. He was there. I knocked on his door. He opened it. And he was a, hi, Loy, how are you? He had a very, he was from Bangalore. I think he was Bangalorean or from Madras or whatever. But he was a businessman. He had a very sophisticated way of speaking, So, well, hi, Loy, how are you? I was like, fine. Can I come in? Well, welcome. He was wearing that, white. These Hindus wear, white. So he welcomed me to his house. He made me sit down. As soon as I sat down, I was still wearing that green, brightly colored, whatever. He said, Loy, how's it been for you? How's it been? The minute he said that, I'll tell you, I just broke down. I just broke down and I started to cry. I sobbed. I cried like crazy. And then he was like, okay, relax, Loy. It's all right. And then he, and then he bought me a glass of water. He bought me a glass of water to drink some water and ice. Okay? So I drank that and then said, how are you, Loy? Then I explained to him everything. I told him everything. He listened to me patiently, and then he asked me, "Okay, Loy, when you go for the interview, is this how you dress?" I said, "Yes, this is how I dress." He said, "Okay, okay." He didn't tell me that I dressed up like a clown. He told me, "Loy, okay, what I want you to do, Loy, I want you to go now to tailor. Raymond's was a tailor. I don't know if you know Raymond's. So Raymond's is a tailoring shop. He said, go to Raymond's, Loy, and I want you to stitch a white shirt, just plain white." In his voice, he would say, "I want you to stitch a white shirt, okay? And then I want you to buy yourself a nice red tie. And then go purchase dark navy blue trousers. And then he told me black shoes and black socks." So it was black shoes, black socks, navy blue trousers, white shirt, a red tie. Okay? And then he said, "Lloyd, do you have the money?" I said, "I don't have any money." So he gave me some money. He gave me, I think, 200 dirhams. And then he told me, "Okay, you don't go to Raymond's because obviously Raymond's takes more money. He said, go and buy yourself within 200 dirhams, buy all this. Okay? See, red tie." He went and took out his red tie and gave me. And he said, "See what you can do." Obviously, I wouldn't be able to buy the shoes because it was a little bit expensive. 200 dirhams, you couldn't get everything. But I went, I purchased what he told me. And the following, after 2-3 days, I came back to his house again, showed him. And he said, "Loy, this is much better. Okay. Although your trousers, I want you to go get it proper fit because it was a little loose down." So, I went to this small tailoring shop and they stitched it to make it like proper fit. They took 10 dirhams. Okay. Then I went to him again and he said, "Okay, Loy, this is how I want you to go for your interviews." Okay. And I'll tell you, I felt really smart. I felt really good. He told me to remove my earrings. He told me not to gel my hair, to cut it a little short, make myself look presentable. So there's, every session I would go, even though I was driving all the way down there, I was actually changing myself. And it was not through any book. It was not through any YouTube channel. There was no YouTube. There was no Google. It was through experience that I learned that you need to dress up when you go for an interview. Black shoes, black socks, dark trousers, navy blue or black, white shirt, strong colored tie, single color. There should be no frills, nothing. No earrings, nothing. Even my CV, he told me, "Loy, remove all these." I had blue, I had yellow, I had that photograph. He said, "Remove all this." He made it just, 1.5 page of text. "Send this." And I followed what he said. And lo and behold, after 2-3 months, I got my first job. Not a great job. It was working for a shop, electrical shop. But it was through a friend who was working in a business. He was working for a company. This was his extra business. So I was working there. Now, from being unemployed for months to finally landing myself a job, nobody taught me this. Not nobody. I mean, there was no book. My parents were not able to teach me. It was through a person with experience, with mentoring. And it was, the most important thing was the dress sense. This is a real story that happened. And it taught me how much I can learn if I listen to people who have accomplished more than me. And that is where, mentoring was not a term that was invented that time. But that's where I realized the importance of being guided properly. And today, whatever I am, with my perfections, imperfections, it's all because of this mentoring process. So yeah, this is how my life changed. This is how I learned how to dress. And what I share with you today, or my coaching or everything else, is not by any book. It's not by any any course. It's by real life practical experience. So I hope this added some value to you. I hope this will give you some insight into my life, and I hope it will give some insight into your own and help you become a better person. So do put your comments down below, put your questions. If there's any incident of my life or any story you'd like to know, I'll be more than happy to share it with you. I've reached my house, it's close by, and now I can go home. Take care, guys.